What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that genuinely changes the entire experience of SP Football Life 2026. This isn't just a minor patch. This isn't just updated kits or a few faces. This update focuses on immersion, realism, atmosphere, performance, and gameplay in ways that honestly bring the game closer to real football than ever before. We're going to break everything down in detail. The new entrance scenes, stadium-specific presentation, enhanced weather systems including proper snow at the Etihad, gameplay upgrades that bring back that classic PS06 freedom, smarter AI behavior, fair refereeing, performance improvements, and finally, what this means for the Donny Romarinho journey. So sit back. This is a full deep dive. And trust me, if you care about realism in football games, you're going to love this. Let's start with what you notice immediately when you load into a match: the entrances. This update completely transforms pre-match presentation, and I'm not exaggerating when I say every stadium now feels alive, and more importantly, authentic. Before, entrances were decent. They did the job, but they felt somewhat generic. No matter what stadium you played in, there was a similar structure, similar animations, similar atmosphere. Now, every stadium has its own unique entrance scene, its own identity, its own props, and its own matchday energy. Let's talk about the Premier League first. When you load into a Premier League stadium now, you'll immediately notice the fire machines placed behind the players during the lineup walkout. The pyrotechnics shoot up at the exact moment the teams enter. The lighting reacts properly. The camera angles feel more broadcast style. It genuinely mirrors real-life Premier League presentation. It's not just visual noise, it's timed, it's cinematic, it builds tension before kickoff. Then you move over to the Bundesliga. Instead of the same generic tunnel experience, you now see the official Bundesliga balloon prop on the pitch during pre-match. That iconic center circle inflatable with the Bundesliga logo, it's there. It's positioned correctly. The teams walk around it just like they do in real broadcasts. That attention to detail matters, and it doesn't stop there. Different leagues now carry their own identity, different entrance boards, different pitch side presentation elements, different camera setups. Every stadium looks and feels unique. When you play at Anfield, it feels like Anfield. When you play at the Etihad, it feels like the Etihad. When you play in Germany, it feels like Germany. That variety is huge for immersion, because football isn't just 22 players and a ball. It's atmosphere, it's presentation, it's ritual, it's anticipation before kickoff. And this update captures that better than any version of Football Life I've played before. Now let's talk about something that doesn't always get enough attention: performance and quality. Because visuals don't mean much if the game struggles to run smoothly. This update enhances the game's overall performance stability. The frame pacing feels cleaner. Transitions between cutscenes feel smoother. There's less stutter during entrances and replays. Lighting has also been subtly improved. Stadium lighting feels more dynamic. Night matches especially benefit from this. The way floodlights hit the pitch now feels softer and more natural. Crowd density and depth feel improved as well. Even when you're not directly focused on them, the stands feel fuller, more alive. Textures on pitch surfaces appear sharper. Shadows are more balanced. Weather overlays feel more integrated rather than just layered on top. It's not flashy, it's refined. And refinement is what creates realism. Now this one is special, because weather is one of those things that can completely change the feeling of a match. This update introduces proper snow, and specifically realistic snowfall for the Etihad. And if you know Manchester, especially that side, you know it can get properly cold and snowy during winter months. Now, when you load into a snowy match at the Etihad, you don't just get a light white filter, you get active snowfall. The pitch gathers snow naturally. The ball reacts slightly differently visually. The atmosphere becomes heavier. It's not extreme by default. I personally prefer moderate snow, enough to feel immersive without affecting visibility too much. And that's exactly how I've set mine up. But here's the best part: you have options. You can choose heavier snow if you want a full winter battle. You can choose lighter snow for a subtle atmosphere. You can adjust it to match your own realism preference. That level of customization is huge. And soon, heavy rain options are coming as well. I haven't installed that yet, but I'll show a screenshot from fellow YouTuber Sander. Definitely go check out his channel, great guy, because the rain system looks just as detailed. Rain intensity, puddle reflections, mist effects, all of that contributes to immersion. Weather isn't just cosmetic anymore. It changes the mood. It changes the matchday story, and that's realism. Now we get to the most important part. Gameplay. Because presentation is great, weather is great, but if the gameplay isn't right, none of it matters. And this update changes everything. I haven't tested Become a Legend yet, but in Master League, it feels incredible. Let me explain why. First, control. You genuinely feel like you have full control over your player again. Movement feels responsive, dribbling feels intentional, passing feels weighted properly. There's freedom. And that freedom reminds me of old PES titles like PES 06. Back then, the game allowed creativity. It allowed unpredictability. It allowed you to express yourself instead of forcing you into rigid animations. That feeling is back. Second, the AI. The AI is smarter. They don't just spam passes. They don't just instantly release the ball. They hold possession. And here's something that will sound very familiar to old PES players. They won't pass the ball until you press them, just like the old days. If you sit back, they recycle possession. If you apply pressure, they react. This creates natural football flow. It creates those unpredictable transitions. It creates mistakes. It creates space. And unpredictability is realism. Third, balance. In older versions of football life, the AI sometimes felt cracked, overpowered, like it was coded to win rather than compete. That's gone. Now there's equality. You win because you played better. You lose because you made mistakes, not because the game decided. And the referees? Massive improvement. The soft fouls the AI used to get? Gone. The weird favoritism? Gone. Now fouls feel consistent. Referees feel neutral. They feel like part of the match, not an invisible script working against you. And that changes everything psychologically when you play. Because now when something happens, it feels earned. And that's what we've always wanted. When you combine everything, stadium-specific entrances, authentic league presentation, enhanced lighting, performance improvements, proper snow and upcoming rain systems, smarter AI fair refereeing, restored PES-style freedom. You don't just get a patch, you get a transformation. The game feels closer to real-life football than ever. The pacing, the build-up, the mistakes, the atmosphere. It's immersive, and immersion is what keeps you playing for hours. Now let's talk about the real reason I installed this update. Danny Romarinho. I wanted to give the series the best possible version of the game. The Romarinho journey deserves the most immersive experience we can create. With these new entrances, improved gameplay, smarter AI, realistic weather, and balanced refereeing, every match now feels like a proper episode. Every game feels cinematic. And that means the next episode of the Romarinho journey will be played entirely on this new update. New atmosphere, new realism, new challenges. I'm genuinely excited for this. Because when the game feels real, the story feels real. And that's what we're building on this channel. So yeah, that's the SP Football Life 2026 update breakdown. Massive improvements in presentation, massive improvements in gameplay, massive improvements in immersion. If you care about realism, this is the update to install. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you installing it? Have you tried it already? What settings are you using for weather? And if you're excited for the next Romarinho episode on this new update, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter. We're just getting started. I'll see you in the next one.